Hey there, I'm Vickie Howell, and welcome to my Get Schooled in Knitting series, where I break down the fundamental skills that you need to get knitting and get knitting successfully. Let's see what we're going to learn today. All right, the very first, most basic stitch that you can learn in knitting is, appropriately enough, called the knit stitch. To do this, and I'm going to be showing you the English or the throw method. So to knit a stitch, you're going to have the needle that has all of your stitches in your left hand and the empty needle in your right hand. All right, so you're going to begin by coming up through the first loop on your left hand needle, and you'll create kind of a little X. Then you're going to take your working yarn, that's the yarn that's attached to the ball, and you're going to wrap it counterclockwise around the back needle. All right, then you're going to take that back needle or right hand needle and you're going to dip it, and you can see you've just created that stitch, and then slip the old one off and you've just knit your first stitch. So we come up, around, dip, and slip. Up, around, dip, and slip. And I like to keep, this is just my own personal preference, but I like to keep the working yarn around my pointer finger, and then I use my ring finger and my pinky finger just as a guide to keep it taut. If that doesn't work for you, you do whatever makes your little heart happy, but for me that works. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple more times. Up, around, dip, slip. Up, around, dip, and slip. And you're just going to do that all the way to the end of your row to complete the knit stitch. And I want to just show you really quickly what it looks like when you're done with the end of the row. Keep on keeping on here. Okay, so I am at my last couple stitches, and your first row is probably going to feel a little tight when you get started. That's totally normal. It's just, once you chill out a bit and get comfortable with it, it'll get loose. But then the subsequent rows after this will also feel looser too. All right, so when you're done with a row, when this left hand needle is completely empty. So to work the next row of knit stitch, you would just swap hands, start again, making sure that your working yarn is pulled down, because if it's pulled up, it looks like it's two stitches. The bottom of a stitch looks like two stitches. So have it pulled down, and then you'd start again exactly the same way that I showed you. And if you work the knit stitch every row, that is called the Garter Stitch pattern. So knit stitch every row, working it on the front and back side, is Garter Stitch. So you just keep on going, and you can see those bumps from working every row, creating the garter. All right, that's it. All right, and that's all there is to it. You did it. I can't wait to see how you brought your knitting skills together. Make sure to tag @Vickie Howell on social media so I can see you working on techniques and the projects you make using them.